in Bucky Brooks' latest mock draft 3.0, C.J. Stroud, first overall to the Panthers. That's where the highly contested decision comes into play. Bryce Young going to Houston, and then Anthony Richardson, Bucky has as QB3 coming off the board at 20, going to the Seattle Seahawks as their second first-round pick. Keep that in mind that Daniel Jeremiah currently has the Colts taking Richardson at 4. That's quite the sliding scale to look at for Anthony Richardson, who, of course, is coming out of the University of Florida, set to show off his skills in Gainesville later this morning. What does he have to do for Bucky to move him up his next from 20 to 4 to match what Daniel Jeremiah has going on a little bit? Questions that NFL teams must still have that they would like to be answered today. If you were a GM or an owner or a coach, Jay, what would you be looking at today?
There's so much. I think in these pro days, we've been talking about it for the last few weeks. You're not going to go out there and redefine who you are. But I think for Anthony Richardson, we said, hey, when it was Bryce Young, when it was C.J. Stroud, we don't need these wow moments, these viral moments. From Anthony Richardson, I want to see a viral moment. I want to see a crazy throw, rolling out to the pocket, going to his left, chucking the ball 60 yards in the air. Because you think about what he did at the Combine, how he is impressed, and how he's kind of rolls up the draft boards in some people's mind. It's been his physical prowess, his 40-yard dash, his jump, and then he threw the ball really well at the Combine. So a lot of what Anthony Richardson has done since the season ended, it showed everybody how great of an athlete he is and how physically he can grow in and learn how to play the quarterback position at a high level in the NFL. There's a lot of questions of people saying over his accuracy and completion percentage and all of those other things. Is he going to go out there on a Thursday and say, all right, hey, look, I am accurate. I'm throwing the ball on air to my receivers, and every GM is going to say, oh, yeah, let's draft him number 1. I don't know, but I think at the same time, him going out there, this opportunity on a pro day and impressing and continuing that upward trajectory that he's had since the season ends, I think it continues to gain momentum behind his name and puts him up in the class of the other quarterbacks that we've been talking about over the past few weeks.
It's showtime. Let's go.
Go time, baby.
It's showtime. Turn up the lights, turn up the music, do whatever you got to do. The goal for Anthony Richardson today and for the several days moving forward between now and the draft is how am I going to get myself to be the number 1 overall pick? That's the goal. With my athleticism and my hype and my ability, I want to be the number 1 overall pick. I do not think he can hold serve and throw well and be accurate and look the part and run down to other candidates like Young and Stroud. I just don't think he can. He needs some sort of seismic event. He really does. He needs to. There's the only time around this time of year you hear the word wow as a verb. He has to wow people. I really do mean that. You have an angle. I do think you have an angle. It's like a politician trying to win an election. You have a way you can do it. And his angle is play into that. His potential is untapped. His upside is boundless. He has no ceiling. You need to get someone like a Frank Reich to say, there's a little bit of rough around the edges, but I think I can get my hands on him and I can use his talent, and he will be the best quarterback in this class in 2 years and 3 years. That's what you go for. So show off. Do the big throws. Do the bleeping backflip, and I'm not even kidding. Let me see your arms, and I don't mean see you throw it. I mean I want to see your arms, dude. I want to see your triceps and deltoids. I want to see it all. I Googled this morning Anthony Richardson backflip. You know what's the first face you see when you do that? Jamie Erdahl on the sideline talking about him, and he's doing backflips up and down, and Jamie's like, and he looks pretty good before the game. And I'm like, Jamie, you've seen this. You've been there. He needs to have the coaches walk away from today just saying, this guy's unbelievable. I know the completion percentage. I think this guy is a star. I think the other couple guys could be really good quarterbacks. This guy could be a player of mass destruction. They see us in 2025, and I think we have a superstar. Let's let us work on that is your angle. But it doesn't work if you lay a brick today, if you're boring today. It's showtime. Let's go.
I agree. I agree with both of you guys. I'll go along the lines of saying, like, there's teams out there that already know that they want him, you know, and they know what his potential is. They know what they see in him. So go out there and do what you did in the Combine. You went out there and threw 60-yard passes. You went out there and threw dimes to receivers. But the crazy thing is about a lot of this quarterback play and a lot of these quarterback pro days is they don't have anybody rushing them. They don't have anybody pressuring them, which it sucks a little bit for them. But I like to see what they look like under pressure, what they look like calling plays, stuff like that. So like you guys said, you know, he's going to do a great job. I plan on him doing a great job at his pro day, but I want to see what he's like, you know, in training camp and you know, really under that pressure and people really having their eyes on him.
Now, I don't know the mechanics of a pro day. I don't know how the script is set up. I don't know how much control you actually have over what you participate in. Cameron Wolf tweeted that Anthony Richardson is going to have 45 throws. That's what he's going to go through. If I were him and I was a GM, I wouldn't. No, if I were him, I would not jump today. I would not run today. I would just throw. I would just throw. Everyone knows your innate, beautiful athleticism. No one knows about your consistency because you've played in 24 college games. You've only started 13 of those. You're going 24 touchdown passes against 15 interceptions. Just throw. Show them how consistent you are. And if you could change the script, to your point, Brock, I would run a huddle. I would get the guys together, and I would almost say, do it like a show. I would say, like, hey, call a play out. Tell me what I'm going up against. Have everybody watch you interpret that, because I spoke to one scout at the Combine that is the true question about Anthony Richardson. It's not his physical gifts, not whether or not he can execute mechanically. It's how he prepares as he's speaking to the guys in the huddle and he's up against the line and he's calling out defenses and he's communicating. What that looks like and how you can recreate that in a pro day. Again, I don't know what the traditional way is to do a pro day, but I think it'd be kind of fun to be like, hey, give a pop quiz. Who wants to call anything out? I don't know how you could do it, but I think it'd be cool for him to just show off.
There's no bylaws. It's a workout.
Yeah.
And you can do anything you want. We've mentioned it many times. Johnny Manziel in full shoulder pads with music blasting and camouflage shorts.
Right.
Like, you can do whatever you want.
Well, and for Bryce Young to not participate in anything in Indianapolis, just get measured. Anthony, do the opposite. Don't do any of the numbers. Don't have your elbows reach down to the ground and see how far down your forehead goes. Just throw. Just show them how you can throw. That's all you give them today. Leave them wanting a little bit more, but show them what you got.
Yeah, that's all I anticipate him doing. And I think even within those throws, a lot of it, I would love to see him outside the pocket, moving around and showing that, hey, early on, I may not be able to pick everything up, which most rookie quarterbacks aren't. And ones that have that athleticism, you get them outside the pocket where they're comfortable. I think the more he shows that in his pro day, the more impressed everybody will be.
I want to see the long throw. I want to see it. Sometimes you do it as a punctuation mark. Good workout, and now I'm going to throw it. If he throws it, and it goes 81 yards.
Yeah.
That is a number that blasts all over the internet. If I'm him, I'm bringing out a hoop and I'm dunking. I'm doing you know how those guys go down flat on their back and they do those kick-ups like the martial art Van Damme used to do where they land on their feet? Do all that stuff. Like, show your feathers, baby. That's it. You got a whole different thing to play than Stroud and Young that they don't. Show it today.
There is a risk in that, though. And Ryan Leaf, the former second overall pick, was here yesterday, Brock, and I want to know your thoughts on just his take on wanting guys like an Anthony Richardson to maybe almost do him a favor. Go later. Don't have so much pressure on being a top 5 guy. How do you interpret that, seeing the raw skill that this quarterback might have, but knowing the pressure that might come with being a top 5 guy?
I like the fact that, you know, not putting pressure on yourself. It almost allows you to, you know, just be comfortable in what you're doing. You know, those guys, Bryce, CJ, you know, they have a lot of pressure on them to do great things early. You know, if you're a guy like him, you know, you want to be developed. You want to sit behind a veteran quarterback and see what he does, you know, on his daily routine, on how he gets ready for a game and how he takes on a week and stuff like that. So
I'll take $40 million to be the #1 overall pick.
I'm with you, but me and Leaf go back and forth about it. I'm like, it's second overall.
But you got to think, I'm not a top 5 guy. You know, nobody's talking about me being a top 5 guy. So I don't want to play into that. I don't want to play into, even though you have your agents talking, hey, I can get you this, and that. I don't want all that pressure. I want to come in, be myself, do what I've been doing with my athleticism, getting out the pocket, making things happen.
The most recent example, of course, not the direct parallel, is what Patrick Mahomes was able to do behind Alex Smith for a year.
Exactly.
And would he have become the same quarterback without that year of watching a pro do what he did and how he operated? And if Anthony Richardson goes to Indianapolis, he does not get that gift. So it is interesting. Whereas Seattle, he'd get to watch Geno Smith operate. I know $40 million means very different.
You know what?
I get it.
I'll figure out the pressure part. Give me the
One last person I think who plays a key role today, Steve Smith Sr. is going to be there for the
Oh,
network.
yeah.
I happen to think that in these physical freaks, I think the commentators play a
Yeah,
very
I like
valuable
that.
role. And I've seen them get guys drafted before. When you start hyping out, and if Steve's going to be his personality, and if Richardson does something crazy and Steve goes nuts, and that goes viral, that is a part of it. So like, I'm telling
like
you,
that.
our guy, 89, is going to be there in Gainesville. He plays a role in this, and he'll do it well.